What's going on, knuckleheads? Welcome to the Fighters Rep. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. So, knuckleheads, is Misfits boxing, is this YouTube crossover boxing harming the sport of boxing? I wanted to talk to you guys about this and get your opinions on this because I felt a certain way about it at its inception, but I feel like at this point, it's carved out its own niche, you know? And what I mean was, I think when we were first offered Misfits boxing or YouTube crossover boxing or whatever you want to call it, it was placed on these big platforms that are usually reserved for, they're usually reserved for big time boxing. And I think that kind of took a lot of us by surprise and made us feel like they were cheapening the product of professional boxing by allowing this sort of thing to be on their platforms, But I feel like at this point, with the years that have passed and with the way they've kind of really carved out their own niche, I mean, I think in the last one, we even saw tag team boxing, with kind of like the ridiculous over-the-top production and stuff that's going on. I really feel like it's no longer harming the sport of boxing. It's kind of come into its own thing, and it's sort of become, I guess, celebrity boxing or whatever you want to call it. I think that anybody at this point, with any sort of intellect, will be able to kind of figure out that, hey, this is not pro boxing. If I want to be a pro boxer, or I want to be a pro boxing fan, this is not high level pro boxing. It may be pro boxing, it may be amateur boxing, whatever it is, but people at this point should be able to recognize that it's its own thing, So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's bringing a lot of attention to combat sports at this point, which I think is a good thing. And, I think it is bringing attention to boxing in some way, shape, or form when you're crossing over these, kind of goofy social media celebrity fights with actual fighters who are trying to get their names out there. So, at this point, I actually think it's healthy for the sport, and that's a bit of a turnaround for me. At the beginning, I was annoyed by it. And I thought the only time it would be beneficial was if they actually had real fighters on there that were trying to make a name for themselves. But now I think, it's become more beneficial as it sort of separated itself from real boxing. Tell me what you think in the comments below. After you do that, be sure to like this video and subscribe and join the channel. Fighters Rep 20 is on November 18th. Get your tickets at FightersRep.com. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this one.